What's going on, guys? This is the Fullstack Bro coming at you with another video today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to avoid burnout as a software engineer. Now, this happens to a lot of us. Okay, I've been through burnout where I was working 12-hour days at most, getting things done from fixing bugs, building out features, really trying to hone my skills as a software engineer when I first started. And I figured more hard work would get me to learn as much as I could, and that was wrong. So I would do every single day, 12 hours of just working on the same mundane problems and not getting anywhere. Depending on how many projects that you got on your plate and how much pressure that you have to get things done, you probably got to do what you got to do, but you got to set boundaries to a lot of these things so that you don't have to feel like you're overwhelmed all the time. And you're going to get to that point where you're not going to love what you're doing. So I got a couple tips for you guys to avoid burnout. And if you are dealing with this right now, how to get back on track. Okay. So the first one that's on my list is you need to prioritize work-life balance. That means if you have a hard stop at 5 p.m., you have a 9 to 5, right? And you're coding all throughout the day, you're dealing with meetings, you're helping other people on your team out, and it comes to 5 p.m., you gotta have a hard stop on that. Sometimes you have meetings that go over, and that's okay, but not taking work after hours and doing what I did, which was 12 hours every single day, which is insane. Don't do that. You gotta set boundaries for yourself. So set a calendar time block for at 4 or 5 p.m. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do something that I like to do. Like if you like watching TV, you can watch TV. If you like playing video games, play video games, right? If you want to go to the gym because you don't have time during the day to do it, make sure you get to that gym. Do something, right? Don't just stay stuck on work because you're going to be way too consumed and your brain is just going to be overwhelmed with just a lot of nonsense that will just take over your life and you won't be putting yourself first. Take time off whenever you can. So if you have PTO, take it. Don't just work throughout the entire year. Always take at least like a week or two off, right? Or even more if you have the PTO, but you have to take that time, guys. You have to. It is crucial that you take time off. Even if you love programming, that's great, but taking a week off and coming back to programming, you're going to notice that you're going to be more refreshed. You're going to get things done. You're going to be more relaxed, right? You're not going to be so uptight. So you make sure to take that time off. It's very, very important. Take a vacation, do something. Number 2 is you got to manage expectations. Now, on this channel, I preach that when it comes to a project or if you're getting overwhelmed, you have to speak up. Don't just be a yes man all the time, okay? So if there's something that, for example, there's a project that you really don't want to work on because it's boring, or just the concept of working on something small doesn't interest you, speak to your manager. Ask them hey, I've been working on these small projects and I'm kind of getting bored with the work that I'm doing. Is there anything else that's more complex or pressing that needs to get done, more high priority? And just voice your concern that, you are ready to do that work. Just ask for one project and just work on it to the best of your ability and show that you can complete that project. And it's going to give you, instead of just taking the small ones, you'll actually have more opportunities to work on something bigger and always get those bigger opportunities. It doesn't hurt just to have a conversation. When it comes to these type of projects or getting something that interests you more, you got to make sure that you tackle it in an efficient manner. So what I mean by this is if it's a huge project that you need to break down into smaller pieces, get into the cadence of breaking down tasks into smaller pieces to make it easier for you to get that project done effectively in your own way, right? And just do the best that you can. When it comes to something that you don't necessarily know how to do or you don't want to do, delegate it to someone else. Have someone else take on that responsibility instead of you doing it, because you don't want to do all the work, right? I used to be the same way. I would take any opportunity that I would get and just do the work because I thought that was the path to success. It's all about productivity. If I want to be very efficient as a developer, I need to know how to look at a project from the bigger picture and break things down into smaller pieces, like I said. I need to know when to reach out to others when I don't know something, or really have that hard conversation about what is necessary versus what's not necessary, right? And use tools to my advantage, like AI and all that stuff. Number 3 is building a healthy habit. I love going to the gym. I think going to the gym is a great way to get rid of stress. It's a great way to stimulate your mind a little bit, to figure out solving problems. There were times where I'd be stuck on a problem and I just didn't know where to go. So I decided to go to the gym and just work out. Gym actually gave me a more clear mindset when it came to like the best solution going forward for that project. But, you know, make sure that you eat healthy, go to the gym. If the gym is not for you, you could work out at home, do a push-up, a sit-up. You could get resistance bands online, right? And just do like a workout at home. Also, you could just take a walk outside, like go to the park, do something. Building healthy habits will help you with how you're able to go about your day-to-day as a developer. Like you'll be less stressed throughout the day. Number 4 is taking regular breaks. This is very crucial. So what I used to do is sit in front of the computer for hours trying to solve a problem and just be frustrated and angry and not wanting to do anything at the end of the day. Like I really hated programming at that point when I couldn't solve something. So taking regular breaks, meaning you code for like an hour or 2 and you're not getting anywhere, just take a break. Take a 30-minute break, then go back to it. And, you know, just keep tackling that problem. Don't just sit there and just keep at the computer researching, trying new things and just not getting anywhere. Like taking breaks is crucial. So prioritize your breaks. You could actually set up a timer on your phone to go off whenever it's time for a break. Number 5 is focus on what you can control. So if there's an issue that comes up with the project and is requirement related and you missed it, that's out of your control. There's nothing you can do about that. All you can do is just get better or ask better questions. If it's something to do with the higher powers that be, they change things and then you have to go and make those changes, that's out of your control. So don't be the perfectionist to get every single detail correct. I've been that way before too, being like a perfectionist, making sure everything is correct. But then you're gonna notice that it's not gonna be, nothing's perfect. You're gonna have flaws, you're gonna have little gotchas that come up and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't beat yourself up over it. So don't be a perfectionist. If it's out of your control, just say it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, if you continuously stress about being perfect, you're gonna be miserable. Number 6 is meaningful work. Pursue a meaningful work. What does this mean? So if you wanna work on a particular project, that interests you, you should work on it, right? That is your pursuit of something that's meaningful, something that actually will provide value, not just working on small bugs and, you know, doing that day in and day out. Some people love that because it's easier to just deal with the easy problem and you can just go off and not have to deal with any stress and all that stuff. But at some point, you're going to be dissatisfied with your progress. I'm telling you, when it comes to just being happy, you're not truly happy. You will never be truly happy. It's always going to be something small that's going to make you either sad or wanting to do more. So doing the easy things is going to be good in the beginning, but trust me, the more experience that you're getting with working on these projects, the more you're going to want to do more. It's just going to happen. It happens to every single developer, every single person that has progressed from one position to the next. They always wanted more, and you're going to be burnt out just thinking about what you could have done instead of like actually taking action and doing the work that you are meant to do. Whatever it takes to get to that next level, learn a new skill, understand like automation, you know, like put yourself out there more so that you can get there. But, you know, just don't do work that's not meaningful to you. Always do something that you want to do and you won't be as stressed and always constantly overthinking in terms of what you need to do next. All right. Number 7 is you need to leverage automation tools. I preach on this channel that if you are a developer and you're learning it, you're just starting out, not taking advantage of AI is the worst thing you could do for your career. Back in the day, when I first started, there was no AI. So you had to learn, you had to pretty much research what you wanted to, like what skill you wanted to learn, go to school for it, right? When YouTube came out, people were doing tutorials. So you got away with learning a lot of that stuff on YouTube. But now with the advancement in technology, AI is just an assistant to help you understand the fundamentals a little bit better. And of course, AI is not as polished as it should be. It's getting better, but it's not an actual person that has the experience, right? That could point, there's something wrong in this code that you need to change. And this is how you go about changing it the right way. You could prompt AI to fix a bug. It will give you a solution. That doesn't necessarily mean that it solves the problem. It might introduce another bug. So you have to understand how to write your prompts, and then also use AI extensions in your coding editor, right? I use Visual Studio Code. There's other people that use like Sublime and all these other editors, right? You can use AI as an extension to, while you're writing your code, it will tell you exactly what you're writing and actually understand your writing patterns. That's very good, especially if you don't want to force yourself to write the easy code, like, setting up the blueprint for a component or just all the boilerplate templating that you need just to get started. You can use AI to do all that stuff for you and just actually focus on the meat and potatoes of what you're trying to write. So use AI as much as possible. Understand Git versioning if you're trying to build an application. Make sure that you understand branching strategies from like their main branch. You create a separate branch which will host like a feature. You build out that feature, you create a pull request to go into the main branch or like a QA branch, whatever strategy you want to go with, and just automate that whole process, right? That's going to help you become more performant in terms of writing your code, getting it done, creating that PR automatically, and then shipping it to your branch so that you can host it somewhere else, all right? So leveraging tools and automation is crucial today for you guys to do. Do not skip on it. And then the last thing I'll talk to you guys about is celebrating wins. So if you were to finish a feature out, finish a small bug, whatever, don't be discouraged like you're not progressing as much. Just celebrate that win. Like you got that done. It's all about the small wins. If you're trying to aim to get 1% better every single day, you gotta be grateful that you're getting the opportunity to actually work on those bugs, work on these small projects, where it can lead you into better projects down the line. Be grateful, right? That you actually got the opportunity to do it and that you're making progress. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Like, think about you finish that project. You're like, dang, I finished it. It's all good. Now I'm off to something else. And then you start working on other projects and it keeps going and going. And you start doing your own side projects too. A lot of that is just the part of the game. Like it's part of progress as a developer. So, when it comes to burnout, you have to just be grateful that you're actually doing the work and that you have the opportunity. And just being happy that you're able to code. Not a lot of people get to that point. A lot of people just, they stop. They're just like, you know what? I can't figure out this problem. I'm not a coder. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm gonna shift to something else. But you stuck with it. Like you build resilience in yourself. Keeping up with that mindset will keep you from burnout. It's gonna keep you from avoiding burnout because you're grateful for the work that you have done. Like you can look back at all the progress that you had and it makes you happy. So take that in mind. Hopefully these tips can help you avoid burnout. Like I said, it sneaks up on you. You never know when it comes up, but you'll notice in the patterns, like if you're unhappy, if you're, not doing the things that you love to do before, you're not doing it now, you're gonna know something's up, all right? So that's it, guys. That's the video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if, these 8 tips have helped you in some way and that you're gonna actually take action on these tips. because at the end of the day, I could talk to you guys about what to do, and it's up to you guys ultimately to take action. Always take action, all right? We'll talk soon.